All right, man. Torture Talk. All right, man. Torture Talk. You know what it is. So right now, I'm not in the studio. I got some things going on down there that I gotta take care of, and then I'll be in the studio tonight. So we gonna be doing it right here in the little lab. You know what I'm saying? That's what we call this, the little lab, the little throne room. You know what I'm saying? This is the little throne room. So look, man. Uh, Today's episode we're talking about Joe Buttons. Joe Buttons has been added to the complaint, and it's crazy that they added Joe Budden to the complaint, which is not going to actually work, and I'm going to explain why at the end. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a bunch of reasons why, but there's one major reason why. You know what I'm saying? And let's see. So before we get into that, I got to get a legendary spill. This is Torture Talk. If you like the content, please consider subscribing if you're new here. Let me work for your subscription today. All the beautiful, single, sexy ladies, put one in the chat. All the fellas, y'all know where to find the ones that just don't harass them. I don't sell no merch, but I do have content absolutely free. But if you want to leave a donation, link is in the description, Cash App. No more PayPal. Call me the hidden gem. I went from 1,300 subscribers to over 13, 14, 15, 16, 17,000. And yes, I am the king of the north. Let me know what kingdom you from. You know what I'm saying? Night King in here. So look, let's do it, man. We're going to get right to this. So let's do it. All right, this comes courtesy of Chink Smooth. So let's get it, man.
Oh boy, here we go, you guys. Just when you thought you've seen it all with this Drake UMG lawsuit, once again, Drake has taken things to a whole different level. Now, last month on March 27th, the judge told Drake and his lawyers that if they want to amend any complaints, that they have to do it by April 16th, 2025. And on top of that, all of the amended complaints need to be filed with a red line to show all the differences between the original filing and the revised filing. And that's exactly what we got last night, you guys. Drake and his team increased the amended complaints from 80 pages to now 107 plus pages. Now, in this
So you amended, you took some stuff out, but then you added some stuff? I don't understand that. Why you didn't add it before? I guess that's discovery. I guess they are added new stuff in, but yeah, this is crazy. Let's keep it going.
New amended complaints, it was very, very interesting. Drake and his legal team alleges that Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show basically assassinated his character, and that Kendrick performing Not Like Us introduced new listeners to the recording, which caused even more people to be duped into believing that Drake was a PDF. Drake alleged.
Bro, you know why this is not gonna work? Because Kendrick Lamar never said that Drake was. And if Drake and his team is actually saying this, they're actually going on record and saying that he persuaded the people to believe that. That's the whole purpose of a diss track. The whole purpose of a diss track is to destroy your career. Why would you participate in it if you like? And this is why I think that Drake legal team, they don't really understand the hip hop culture. They don't. I think they just think that this is just something that they can get away with. And people are out here really agreeing to this. And Kanye West is one of them. I can't believe him. All the stuff that he be saying about people, we're going to get into his video a little bit later. I might actually watch that on live. But still, let's keep it going, man. This is crazy.
Is that the Super Bowl performance and Kendrick Lamar choosing to omit the word pedophile during his performance affirmed his claims that the song's lyrics were defamatory. Now here's one of the funniest parts of this new Drake amendment. If you guys remember previously, Drake included the whistleblower that DJ Academics had on stream. Well, in this new complaint, Drake and his team removed the whistleblower from the complaint, and instead, they added Joe Budden to reinforce their narrative. Yes, the same Joe Budden that Drake claims is not credible.
Talk about him liking young girls, that's a kid for me. Heard it on the Budden podcast, it's gotta be true.
He's now using Joe Budden as a source of reference. As you guys can see in this red line, in June 2024, one podcast host stated, "Not only do I not care that he, Kendrick Lamar, used bots, but I knew he did." In a podcast clip posted to his YouTube channel on June 23, 2024, he continued, Y'all didn't know Kendrick used bots? You thought this was just the first time miraculously that a Drake record ever had more dislikes than likes? Or you didn't know that was bots? Bots to me was a part of how you win the war versus Drake. Now, if you guys actually go watch that...
I mean, sometimes I put it to you like this. Sometimes Joe be saying a bunch of stuff. And a lot of times he even admitted that he doesn't really be knowing. He just be saying things. But there's a major flaw with this whole thing. And again, I don't think Drake lawyers actually caught this. But we're going to keep it going.
Clip on YouTube. Joe also alleges that Drake used bots as well. But funny enough, Drake and his team made sure to not include that specific part in this new amendment.
Ack was on the stream last night during the finals breaking how he had a hacker in there or one of them
bot
runners in there talking about how Kendrick purchased bots. He was talking about the invoice for those bots. He gave an example, put some fake likes and some fake followers on an Instagram page and a picture, so forth and so on. And there are some people up there in an uproar saying, hey, Kendrick is using bots. Why is everybody not talking about this? Where does my distinguished panel stand on the matter of Kendrick using bots in his Drake verse?
Oh, well, let me go first, please, because I can get out of here real fast.
Same.
That's why it's so beautiful when I keep telling y'all I don't give a fuck about streaming numbers. This conversation matters nothing to me.
Yeah, the people that are
care about the music.
The people that are complaining about the numbers and the bots and the dislikes and the likes sound like bots to me.
All of that shit is y'all shit that y'all care about. Oh, this one was charting here and the bots, this amount of streams in a day and a week. To us that don't stream, we don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck about any of that shit.
I never care about y'all streaming numbers. None of you niggas.
Back in what I said, I heard the music. I don't give a fuck about what you niggas are talking about. That nigga did his thing. Music is fire.
That's it.
That's it. Stop looking for new reasons to figure out why this battle went the way it went.
No, that's y'all fault because y'all justify everything with numbers.
It's over.
Oh, because it did this, that means it's better than this that did that. Nobody cares, bro. Do you like the song? Do you don't like the song?
No one said, yo, Drake had mad dislikes on his post, so he obviously lost the battle.
Yeah.
No, but some of them did. That's why they run into this.
That's weird.
They justify everything with these YouTube numbers, likes and dislikes and comments. That's all
and
y'all
if he
shit.
did use
Well, I mean, and I have to give them some pushback on that. The reason why is because people gauge things through numbers now. Because when it was album sales, people can tell you, and even album sales was manipulated back then. You know what I'm saying? But the only way you can gauge things now is through numbers. And usually people say, and I understand what they say because I'm on their side about this, but I'm just telling them what I believe. People, once they see numbers, they automatically say that you're the best. Here's the reason why. It's a couple of reasons why. One of the reasons why is because of 50 Cent. 50 Cent made everybody look at numbers. He was one of the artists that first came out and started talking about first week sales and all that stuff. The reason why it's a big deal, because Drake, everybody's saying that he ran the game for 15 years. He's been doing this thing for 15 years. He has the most number ones. He has the most. People centered everything around numbers when it came to Drake. It just has nothing to do with streaming. So when Kendrick Lamar is beating Drake in the numbers, it's like they can't believe that this is happening because, number one, Kendrick would never beat Drake in the numbers in their head. How is this happening? It has to be fake. This is why. Because people put Drake on a pedestal when it comes to numbers. They don't care about his... Even y'all do it. Y'all do it. Y'all say y'all want him to be number one. Y'all want that. The only way you becoming number one is not through the songs. At least him. He ain't got better music than Kendrick. Y'all know that. He becoming number one off of what? Off of his numbers. That's why they want him to go number one so bad. That's why.
He won the battle in real life and in the Matrix.
I'm going to take it a step even further than what y'all saying. Not only do I not care that he used bots, but I knew he did.
Okay. Cool.
What else is there to y'all didn't know that Kendrick used bots?
No, and I didn't care.
You thought that this was just the first time miraculously that a Drake record ever had more dislikes than likes, or you didn't know that was bots? Bots, to me, was a part of how you win the war versus Drake.
Yeah, this new age war,
Hey, if you didn't do it, Drake was going to do it.
Probably did.
He probably did.
Yeah.
No, he
Probably
did. He
Probably
did. But because he lost in the fashion that he lost in, there seems to be a select crowd out there that continues to not lose gracefully. Like, they keep trying to find different ways to put smut on Kendrick. Not saying that maybe some of the smut is not warranted, but hip-hop has kind of crowned him the winner of the beef. None of the bots and the stories, the fabricated, none of that's going to change this. I'm not mad at whoever this is. Also, Ack, you got to know that any Drake news coming from you looks away now.
Now, I'm not sure if citing a podcast that clearly...
I mean, he's right. Now, do I believe that Kendrick used bots? Again, I explained to y'all one episode before on this channel that it don't necessarily have to be Kendrick. It could be anybody that could throw bots up. They could throw up anything because artists don't control that. If you want to see an artist succeed, you can go on Fiverr and put his link into it, and then next thing you know, he got 1 million views. That's what people do. They do it all the time.
Tells you at the beginning with a disclaimer, hey, we are not professionals. We are basically just talking shit amongst friends.
The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed by this podcast as well as its hosts are for entertainment purposes only. I repeat, it is not serious. It is not real. No one is exposing, revealing, indicting, or telling you anything about themselves. Also, we do not encourage you to try this at home. We are trained professionals who do not have your best interest at heart, or our own.
Now, Drake also claims that some
That's exactly what I was going to point out. I was going to point that out. That in the beginning of the podcast, they basically give a disclaimer that this isn't real. This is just us talking. So when you put this in the lawsuit, they're gonna bring that up. That Joe Budden says that this is not real. This is just us talking amongst friends. We just saying how we feel. And this is why I say that Drake lawyers don't understand. They don't know. They just putting anything out. This is crazy.
Spotify users have raised concerns about the song coming up when you search for new releases by Drake or for any other artist. And you guys want to know who Drake cites as the sources? His Twitter fan pages. Keepsake Solid, OVO members, these are all pro-Drake Twitter pages. Now, as always, UMG was very quick to put out a response back to Drake and his legal team. And this time, they are not messing around. They said 2 weeks ago, his representatives celebrated the quote-unquote win, the granting of a routine discovery motion. That quote-unquote win will become a loss if this frivolous and reckless lawsuit is not dropped in its entirety, because Drake will personally be subject to discovery as well. As the old saying goes, be careful what you wish for. God damn. Listen, man, you guys make sure you go check out the full amendments for yourselves. Do you guys think Drake and his legal team have a shot at winning this? Post your comments below. Subscribe to my channel, like this video. I'll see you guys later, man.
It's about to get crazy. I ain't going to lie to y'all. It's about to get crazy. Now, you see that? As lawyers didn't do their due diligence, man. And if that was the case, and it's like to me, it's just like every week, every other week or every 2 weeks, they're adding some stuff in there that has nothing to do with nothing. Like, we know Joe Budden and them said that, but we also know that Joe Budden has a disclaimer in every episode. And he says, we know, he always says this, we don't be knowing no facts. We just be saying shit. Like, you can't take what we say serious. Like, he says this openly a lot. So I don't know, but tell me what y'all think about that, man. You think how did the lawyers actually miss the disclaimer in the beginning of every Joe Budden's episode? It's like they went straight to that part, or somebody sent. It's like they feeding Drake information. Somebody sent them the clip where Joe Budden said this. Probably academics. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, hopefully they take it, because they're gonna probably end up taking that out. They're gonna end up taking that part out. But either way, man. First you say that he ain't using bots. Now you're saying that Joe Budden's is saying he was using bots. Which one is it? Like, I don't know. But thank you for joining me. I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all on the next one, man. Peace, bye.